Discover the best gluten-free flour for cookies, a complete guide. Baking gluten-free cookies is more than a dietary necessity, it's an art. Whether you're catering to gluten sensitivities or just exploring new tastes, choosing the best gluten-free flour for cookies can make or break your recipe. What is gluten-free flour? Gluten-free flour is a substitute for traditional wheat flour, designed for people who are gluten intolerant, have celiac disease, or prefer a gluten-free lifestyle. Unlike regular flour, it lacks the stretchy protein known as gluten. According to Dr. Alessio Fasano, director of the Center for Celiac Research, gluten-free flours are a boon for people with gluten sensitivities, offering them a way to enjoy baked goods without health consequences. Why choose gluten-free flour for cookies? Beyond health reasons, gluten-free flours introduce unique flavors and textures to cookies. From nutty almond flour to starchy cassava flour, each option provides a distinctive character to your baked treats. The role of flour in cookie baking. Understanding gluten's function in cookies. Gluten creates elasticity in dough, giving cookies their chewiness and structure. Its absence can leave cookies crumbly or dry. How gluten-free flour compensates for gluten's absence. Gluten-free baking often relies on clever combinations of flours and binders like xanthan gum to mimic the elasticity gluten provides. Experimentation is key to finding the perfect balance. Key features to look for in gluten-free flour. 1. Texture and binding ability. Look for flours that help maintain a cohesive dough. Almond and cassava flour shine here. 2. Versatility across recipes. Choose flours that adapt well, like rice flour or premixed blends. 3. Nutritional benefits. Many gluten-free flours, such as sorghum and oat, are nutrient-rich. Top gluten-free flours for baking cookies. Almond flour. Almond flour is a fan favorite, producing moist, chewy cookies. Its nutty flavor complements recipes like chocolate chip and snickerdoodles. Pros: high in protein and healthy fats. Cons: more expensive and less binding. Rice flour. Mild in flavor, rice flour is a versatile staple in gluten-free baking. It works well in sugar cookies and shortbread. Quote, "Rice flour is my go-to for achieving crisp cookies without an overpowering taste," says professional baker Mary Colton. Oat flour. Oat flour offers a hearty texture perfect for oatmeal cookies. Plus, it's high in fiber. Tip: use certified gluten-free oats to avoid cross-contamination. Coconut flour. Absorbent and slightly sweet, coconut flour works wonders in macaroons. It pairs well with eggs for added moisture. Cassava flour. Made from the cassava root, this flour mimics the properties of wheat flour and is excellent for traditional cookie recipes. Sorghum flour. Known for its mild sweetness, sorghum flour adds a soft, chewy texture to cookies. Blended gluten-free flours. Pre-mixed gluten-free baking blends. Brands like Bob's Red Mill and King Arthur offer pre-mixed blends that simplify gluten-free baking. These blends often include xanthan gum for structure. Pros and cons of using blended flours. Pros: convenient and reliable. Cons: can be pricier and less customizable. Choosing the best flour for your cookie type. 1. Chewy cookies, almond or oat flour. 2. Crispy cookies, rice or cassava flour. 3. Soft cookies, coconut or sorghum flour. Tips for using gluten-free flour in cookies. 1. Adjust liquid ratios. Gluten-free flours absorb more liquid, so tweak recipes accordingly. 2. Add binders. Use xanthan gum, psyllium husk, or chia seeds for better structure. 3. Avoid overmixing. This prevents cookies from becoming tough. Expert recommendations. Renowned pastry chef Dominique Ansel says, blending flours is the secret to achieving texture and flavor in gluten-free cookies. Experimentation is your best friend. Most asked questions about gluten-free flour. 1. Is gluten-free flour healthier for cookies? Not necessarily, it depends on the flour. Almond and oat flours are more nutrient-rich, while others like rice flour may be less so. 2. Can I substitute gluten-free flour 1-to-1 in my favorite cookie recipe? Not all gluten-free flours are 1-to-1 substitutes. Pre-mixed blends are the safest bet. 3. What is the best gluten-free flour for beginners? Pre-mixed blends or almond flour are beginner-friendly. 4. Are gluten-free cookie flours safe for all dietary needs? Some flours, like almond, may not be suitable for nut allergies. 5. How do I make a homemade gluten-free flour blend? Mix 40% starch, like tapioca, with 60% whole grain flour, like sorghum or oat. 6. Why do gluten-free cookies sometimes turn out dry? Overmixing or insufficient liquid can cause dryness. Overall conclusion. Finding the best gluten-free flour for cookies is a delightful journey filled with trial and error. Whether you opt for almond flour's nuttiness or a premixed blend's convenience, the right choice depends on your taste and baking needs. Happy baking!